Can't see it. Okay. Well,
Hi.
hi everybody.
Hi.
These are interesting times, and today's video is going to be slightly different to the past ones, which we always try to add a bit of humour. As much as we can, we won't have humour today because it's tough times for people.
It's uncharted water.
Yep.
Both Dr. Rod and myself have been inundated with questions from friends and clients wondering all things to do with this coronavirus and their dogs and how they can keep their dogs safe and what you can do. So Rod today is going to give us some top tips on keeping you and your pet safe. I think the first thing I want to ask you is, can your dog get coronavirus?
No. Now, a lot of people have probably heard about the dog in Hong Kong who was living in close contact with somebody who had coronavirus and tested positive for coronavirus. The dog then cleared the virus out of the system. Coronavirus is our problem. You can't get it from dogs. The one in Hong Kong was a special case. It might have been immunosuppressed, we don't know, but it's the only recorded case, and obviously, scientists are looking for these vectors, as they're called, and dogs or cats are not it.
Okay.
So, take-home message, sorry to interrupt, is if you're self-isolating and you've got the coronavirus or you subsequently test positive, still have your dog, but perhaps keep a little bit of, perhaps not so much cuddling and kissing on the mouth or anything like that.
Social distancing.
Yeah, for dogs as well.
Absolutely. I think also I would like if you are stuck home with your dogs, what is important?
Let's go through it. Food's number one, just like us. So there's been panic buying of toilet paper and requirements like that from the supermarkets. That'll probably go on for a while until eventually we think, everybody will start thinking, I've just got enough toilet paper. Dog food, there's not so much panic buying, but the shelves are decreasing. So make some provisions of how to get dog food. It might be wise to get it in for a week or two in advance, if that's possible. You've run out, haven't you?
I have run out, and if your dog is on a special diet, talk to your vets or wherever you get your dog food from, and make sure that you've got enough supply for your dog, at least 14 days worth.
Yeah. Now, in this clinic, we've had to limit food supplies a bit to stop panic buying. We started that a week ago. We do have all special diets, and you probably find the vets probably okay with the special diets, but I would ring rather than waiting until you need it. So food's the first one. The second one is drugs. We've had quite a few people worrying about, well, if we're in shutdown, how do we get drugs? In our clinic, we will make arrangements depending on your individual needs, but again, be proactive. Ring your vet and say, look, my dog's on Vetmedin or whatever the drug is. I'm worried I'm going to be in lockdown or the state's in lockdown and I can't get the drug. So the dispensing provisions are fairly strict, but I think they're being lightened up.
Yes.
Let me give you the basic rule though. If you're a client of a clinic, they can dispense the drug. But if you just walk into a clinic and you don't have a relationship with them, or your dog hasn't been registered there, it's very difficult for that vet to supply you with drugs. So think about having a relationship with your local veterinarian fairly quickly, and that might mean just going down and getting registered. That would be enough for the vet then to dispense drugs, even if you haven't been there before.
Exactly, and include your dogs and your cats or any other pets that you have in your plan. It's very important that you include them with food, medication, just like you do with humans, because they are a very integral part of your family.
Let's talk now about psychological health, both of humans and of the animals.
Yes.
Cats are fairly self-contained, and playing with cats, most cat owners know about that to engage with. Dogs are a bit different because dogs tend to go to the park. That probably is going to be stopped until we're told otherwise. I would recommend walkies in the street.
Yes.
So on a lead, and don't take the poop bag, so that you can have the social isolation 1.5 meters from people also on the street. So it's fine to engage with people in the street, but just keep your distance.
Keep your distance.
Okay. It's important to take care of yourself psychologically and also your pet. So playing, and you have an idea.
I did have an idea. I thought it would be a really good time to train your dog, teach it some new tricks. Dogs love it. They like to be rewarded, and I thought that that would be something that would be great. Teach them to sit, high five. There's lots of different things that you can do.
Yeah.
Roll over, play dead.
Yeah. Now, also, I just want to talk a little bit about social isolation and keeping the vets and their staff well. We had a really good client today who rang before she came in and said, my husband's come back from overseas. He was in contact with somebody with coronavirus. He hasn't got any symptoms and I'm okay, but our dog's got a cough, kennel cough.
Yes.
And we were really appreciative of that client thinking of us.
Absolutely.
So we got her to wait in the car, the nurse gowned up, we went out, brought the doggy in, I looked at the doggy and we dispensed some drugs and she was going to pay over the phone. But from my point of view, I was really thrilled that somebody was thinking of us to allow us to stay well and healthy so we can keep taking care of people's dogs and cats.
I think the big message in all of this is that everybody is in the same boat. Doesn't matter where you're from or what your demographic is, everyone is in the same boat. So practice kindness.
No, don't lose your cool.
Don't lose your cool. Everyone is trying to do the best that they can at this time.
As I put up on my Instagram account yesterday, there's two of them, Village Vet and Turek and Rod the Vet. It's my more personal one. We are responding to situations as they present, and we might not always get it right. So if we get it wrong or it doesn't work for you, talk to us, don't tell us off. We're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah. We're also going to share with you, this is something that the Turek Village Vets have.
It came from the Australian Veterinary Association, so I can't own
you can't take credit?
But we're implementing it, which is what to do if you're sick or you're worried about coronavirus, but you need to go to the vet, okay?
And we are both going to share that on our website, so you can
Might take 24 hours or so, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get that uploaded, so you've got all the information that you need. So I think it's really important that we include our animals in our thinking, feeding, walking, medication, and contact your vet
if you have any questions.
Absolutely.
Now, in our case, and I think you've done it too, we've put up our webpage, our email address. So I put up the clinic one, info@villagevet.com, and I put up my private one, or more direct one, Dr. Rod with 2 R's, at villagevet.com.au. But once again, ring a vet, find out if we have to close, because it's possible in closures, vets will be closed as well. We're still trying to work that out. They're not closed in Ireland and they're not closed in Italy. So vets probably will be in the exempt group, but somebody did pick up that in Germany, vets are not in the exempt. So we're not sure yet, we're trying to find out. But the point is, have a relationship with your vet, be proactive, give them a call, send them an email, ask, what are the plans, okay?
Absolutely.
Now, the final thing is I just want to talk about home isolation for a veterinarian.
Yes.
Now, we've got our grandson who lives with us for various reasons, and he's been pulled out of school. So my wife and my grandson, who's 10, have home isolated, and I'm the one going in and out. So how we work it, as you can see, I've got gloves on. When I go home, I'm using gloves a lot and the sterilizer quite a lot. When I go home, I go through a separate entrance, take all my clothes off, have a shower, put my house clothes on, and then I engage. That's, I think, the level of thinking you've got to get into if you're in one of the professions where there is this contact with people, but also you've got home isolation. I'm in the older age group that's more at risk, and so we've implemented this like 2 or 3 days ago. Not because we're paranoid, but we're cautious. So what you might find is, if this develops for some time, increasingly the older vets might be stepping back a bit, and the younger vets who are less at risk might be stepping forward. We don't know.
Absolutely.
We're sort of like on a war footing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we want from both of us, all of you to stay safe, stay healthy, look after each other, look after your animals. And if you do have any urgent messages or inquiries,
Call,
email. I've shared Rod's information on my page on my Instagram and Facebook, and you can look up the Village Vet as well, their Instagram, Facebook, and also the website.
Yeah. This is not about business, this is about continuity of service, and we don't know how to do it yet, but we're working on it every day.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ruth.
No problem.
Let's hope in a few weeks we can have a little bit of a more light-hearted one.
Absolutely.
But today, it's a serious one.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Touch arms.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.